You can sense the intensity as they await the arrival of the Tennessee team here. Here come the Volunteers. Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
They're bunched up in the end zone. It's tipped up. It's caught. It is caught. Jawan Jennings.
McBee's got to fire at the buzzer. Good. Skylar McBee at 3 at the buzzer.
Deep right. And Tennessee walks it off.
From 40. On the way, a knuckleball. He got it.
Pat Summitt has become the winningest coach in college basketball again with a 1,000 win plateau and total.
And for the second time in her brilliant career, Pat Summitt has led Tennessee to back-to-back national championships.
Wish that I was on old Rocky Top down in the Tennessee hills.
Swing and a miss. And for the first time, Rocky Top reaches the mountaintop of college baseball. They are the World Series champions. Connects way up high.
Touchdown on play number 1.
And here they come.
You can count it down with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the TriStar Network podcast. I'm TriStar Tim. This is your go-to source for all things Tennessee sports. Today we've got a big one for you all. We've got a lot of things to discuss. It has been a huge week for Tennessee athletics. First and foremost, we'll be going over Lady Vols basketball. We got men's basketball. Dalton Connect trade? Really? And then starting actually right now, as soon as I finish this podcast, I'm going to go watch it. Ice Vols are in their first game of Division I playoffs right now. If you want to leave this podcast and go watch them, go for it. You can watch this later. Go support our Ice Vols hockey team as they plan to win their back-to-back national championships. That's in the first hour. In the second hour, we are going to talk Lady Vols softball, and we're going to break down the Vols baseball roster, 2025 Vols baseball roster. Before we get into today's episode of the TriStar Network podcast, I do first want to take a moment to offer my condolences to all those affected by the tornadoes that swept through East Tennessee this week. As far as I've seen, there have only been 2 casualties taken, 2 lives taken during the storm. But there are many more who were injured. Thankfully, not life-threatening for most of them. But there were many injured, and a lot of families have been destroyed, whether it's through injuries, through houses being torn up, whatever it is. If you are the praying type, go ahead and say a prayer for them, please. I just want to offer my condolences to anyone affected by that. Let's get into it. First, Lady Vols hoop. Man, what a week from them. They started off, or they didn't start off, but they had a rough patch. I believe, I'm looking at it right now, they took 3 L's. Lost to Vanderbilt. They lost on the road to Vanderbilt by 1 point. Lost on the road to Texas by 4 points without Kim Caldwell there because obviously she was having her baby. And they lost to number 2 South Carolina at home. Only loss there that was, for say, bad was Vanderbilt, because we easily should have beaten Vanderbilt. But nonetheless, we're on a 3-loss streak. They snapped it when they beat Missouri on the road, 76-71. And then, for the first time since Pat Summitt did it in 2007, the Lady Vols knocked down UConn Huskies, the crying puppies. Lady Vols did it. With that win, Lady Vols have officially gone undefeated in out-of-conference play in Coach Kim Caldwell's first year on Rocky Top. That is insane. You want to talk about making an impact. That's making an impact. Undefeated in out-of-conference play. And it wasn't, obviously we had our easy matchups. We had some tougher matchups too. We had a close one. Really shouldn't have even been close. But we had a close one against Florida State. That very good team. We beat ranked 17 Iowa. All right. And then we beat number 5 UConn. By the way, those were all at home. Nonetheless.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a semifinal contest.
My bad. Hey, that's the
between
hockey game starting, by the way.
Defending College Hockey South
It's officially
champions,
starting.
the
I gotta
Tampa
mute that.
Spartans
My bad,
and
y'all.
First.
Tennessee Ice Falls.
All right. Technical difficulties. 1 second. All right. There we go. Let me fix this. I'm a pro streamer. This is why I get paid the big bucks to do this. Bang. Oh, shoot. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to have the hockey game going on next to me now that it is officially started. Again, if you want to leave this stream, this podcast, and go watch the hockey game, please go do it. Go support our Ice Falls. They play their absolute heart out, and it is a shame that there aren't many people that watch them. They're going against Tampa right now. We'll get into them later. I got a segment on them. But anyway, Lady Vols knocked down UConn. Kim Caldwell was the first person to beat UConn at Tennessee since Pat Summitt did it in 2007. I was 5 years old the last time we beat UConn. No, I was 4 years old. I hadn't turned 5 yet. 4 years old the last time we beat UConn. That is crazy. I want to talk about Kim Caldwell. I talk about Kim Caldwell. This is our second episode of the TriStar Network podcast, and it's the second time I'm going to talk about how great of a job Kim Caldwell has done. And the players think the same thing. In the last episode, we talked about her recruiting. We talked about the tempo that she brings. We talked about all the on-field or on-court stuff. I want to take a moment and show a clip that was in the post-game press conference of the UConn game, where a reporter asked Jules Spear a question. Let me pull this up for y'all. All right. Okay, well, I don't have that saved. 1 second. Bang. All right, let's watch this video real quick.
I know Coach Caldwell won't brag on herself, so I'm going to ask you two. She beat UConn in her debut at Tennessee. Just what does that say about your head coach?
A lot. I mean, like, we knew this when she, took the job here. We knew she won a lot of games, and she told us when she got here, like, she wants this year to be the year that we do something special. She didn't want to wait, and that's just special, being a senior, hearing that from a coach.
I know Coach Caldwell won't brag on herself, so I'm going to ask you two. She beat.
All right. So, oh shoot, let me get this shortened. Jules Spear was asked, basically how good of a job Kim Caldwell does. Just asking what it means to her. What Jules Spear said was, she told it, Coach Caldwell told us she wants this year to be the year we do something special. That is something great that you want to hear from a coach, and that's what she said. She said, as a senior, that means a lot to her, that she wants something special to happen this year. With that, she has done multiple special things. In Kim Caldwell's first year on Rocky Top, and again, the season is far from over. We're not even midway through March yet. We just left the first week of March. The Lady Vols have set the NCAA record for most three-point shots made in a single game. We beat UConn for the first time in 17 years, and Coach Kim Caldwell coached a game a few days, I should say, before she gave birth, and was coaching another game just 7 days after she gave birth. She only missed one game, and that's because she was having her baby that day, or the night before, one of the two. That is special. That's not a special thing. She's done 3 special things, and there's probably far more than that we could list off. I just realized I missed. There you go. I fixed that. Professional, like I said. But I can't speak highly enough on the job that Kim Caldwell's done. All right. Next, men's basketball. Huge bounce back wins for the men's basketball team. Everyone thought we hit a slump, and we did. The last episode I did was right after the Florida game, and that was our first game. We were on a 2-game losing streak before that. I thought we were on a 3-game. We were on a 2-game losing streak before that, but we beat Mississippi, and we lost to Vanderbilt before that. So last 3 out of 4 we had lost. Since then, we beat ranked 5 Florida at home 64-44. We beat ranked 15 Missouri at home 85-81, and we just beat Oklahoma 70-52. We beat them by 18 points in their house on the road. That is crazy, to say the least. Zakai Ziegler. Everyone was giving Zakai Ziegler crap. Everyone was saying, not everyone. Some people were giving Zakai Ziegler crap. Honestly, if you're crapping on Zakai Ziegler as a Tennessee basketball fan, first off, you don't know ball. Second off, just stop. Just stop. He's done more for this university than anyone in recent history that I can think of on any sport. In any sport. I can't think of someone who has given more to the university in terms of playing. Oklahoma game this morning. Man, what a great win. 70-52, like I said. Tennessee Vols ranked number 4. Look like they could be moving up. Auburn just lost to Florida, who we just beat. I don't think we'll pass Auburn because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's only Auburn's second loss. Is that their second or third loss? That's their second loss. Oh, the game's not over. Oh, I thought the game was over. Well, Auburn trails by 9 with 1:24 left, so it'll be tough for them to come back. But this will only be their second loss. I don't think we'll jump Auburn. Chances are Auburn probably stays in first. I don't know exactly what the college basketball rankings. I don't know exactly what the rankings look like. I know Alabama's 3, and Duke is number 2. Duke is 19-2. Auburn will probably stay above Duke. I'm not quite sure. See, Duke lost to Kentucky and Duke lost to Kansas. They are on a huge winning streak. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16-game winning streak Duke is on. So I don't know. Maybe Duke will become number 1 and Auburn will go number 2. But honestly, surviving in the SEC like Auburn has, oh, nope. Auburn's only loss was to Duke. Yep, Duke's going to jump them. Duke's going to number 1. Hey, that makes sense. And what I was going to say, surviving in the SEC like Auburn has, they beat Missouri, Texas, South Carolina, beat Mizzou. They beat, at the time, ranked 23rd Auburn or Georgia on the road. They beat Tennessee. I don't know what I said there. Beat LSU on the road, beat Ole Miss on the road, beat Oklahoma at home, and they're about to lose to Florida at home. So yeah, they'll be ranked 2. Alabama will be ranked 3. Let's see what's Alabama look like. What are the chances we jump Alabama? Alabama's 19-3. No, we probably won't jump Alabama. Nonetheless, we're a top 5 team. That's pretty set in stone for now. Obviously, anything could happen. Hopefully, we keep playing the way we have. Man, I really want to watch this hockey game. But I just want to take some time. I know I'm kind of going through this podcast quite fast. I want to take some time. And I want to point out a fact that not many people, I don't know if anyone's realized it. I noticed, I started paying attention to it, and I thought it was really interesting, and it seems to keep happening. Watch out for the opening tip-off in our Tennessee Volunteer games. Or Tennessee men's basketball games, I should say. All of these are Tennessee Volunteers. Watch out for the opening tip-off. I've noticed something. In conference play, in SEC play, the opening tip-off has dictated, I won't say determined because it doesn't play that big of a role, but the opening tip-off has dictated whether Tennessee will win or lose. Tennessee has only lost 3 opening tip-offs in SEC play. That was against Vanderbilt, who we lost to by, what was it, a point? Yeah, by 1 point. There's Vanderbilt. We lost opening tip-off to Auburn, and we lost opening tip-off to Kentucky. The only game where the opening tip-off didn't line up with who won or lost the game was our first game against Florida. We won the tip-off, but we got absolutely destroyed. Every other SEC game, opening tip-off winner was also the winner in the end. So just keep that in mind. I don't know. Obviously, it's just a coincidence. There's nothing special behind it. But maybe there's a mental thing behind it. I don't know. It's all hearsay. It's just something to keep an eye on. It's something interesting to keep up with, I think. Man, what a run Tennessee basketball is on right now. And now we go to Lexington and the Rupp Arena to try to get revenge on the Kentucky Wildcats. Ranked 14 Kentucky Wildcats. They just won their first game after they went on a 3-game losing streak. Let's take a look at this. This is depressing. I'll say that. Let me find. Dang, dude, I can't find anything. Right here. Look at this. LLWLL. We're the only one. That is so upsetting. Now, I could have. Yeah. They did just beat South Carolina, so it makes sense. We're not the only W in this column. That is so upsetting. And it was at home. I know Ziegler got hurt. I understand we weren't playing to our full potential. We should have beat them easily. Not easily. They're the Kentucky Wildcats, but we should have beat them. That was heartbreaking, to say the least. Bang. All right. Now we got one more basketball thing to discuss, and we'll move on to hockey. We'll start the second hour of this. This podcast flies by when I don't have a guest. I might have to start getting guests every time. All right. Late Wednesday night, the Los Angeles Lakers traded Dalton Knecht, Cam Reddish, a 2031 unprotected first-round pick, and a 2030 pick swap to the Charlotte Hornets in exchange for Mark Williams. Here is the tweet from Bleacher Report. It was broken by Shams Charania. I probably butchered that so bad. Man, I was heartbroken, to say the least. I am a Lakers fan. Granted, I became a Lakers fan because of Dalton Knecht. But the team's really stuck with me. I would call myself a Lakers fan now, even with Dalton Knecht gone. Oh, man. Tampa scored. Tampa leads the hockey game 1-0. But I consider myself a Lakers fan. If you look right above me, right there, I've got the Dalton Knecht Lakers plaque. Thinking about putting a Hornets logo right at the top of it, but I was upset about that. Lakers, they needed a center. It was a very good move on the Lakers' part. I don't know if getting rid of Dalton Knecht was a good move. But as for Mark Williams, I mean, he's got all-star potential. He is a great center. He's actually, fun fact, younger than Dalton Knecht. He is 23 years old, which is wild. The Lakers believe that he has only reached 60% of his potential. That's also wild. They believe playing along stars like LeBron James, potentially Luka Doncic, well, playing alongside LeBron James and Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic was also a huge trade. Man, I was so excited. I thought I'd get to see LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Anthony Reeves, and Dalton Knecht all on the same team, and it's just not happening. But Dalton connects with LaMelo Ball And more importantly, he's with Grant Williams, former VFL, or former Vols basketball player. But playing alongside LeBron James and Luka Doncic could elevate his game, as he would benefit more high-quality playmaking and defensive attention being drawn away from him. This is like what the Lakers are thinking. His physical attributes and defensive skills align with modern NBA's emphasis on versatile big men, a key factor for the All-Star consideration, and that is on Mark Williams. Obviously, Lakers needed a player like Mark Williams. I just hate that they traded Don Connect for it. Like, that's crazy. He's such a good player, man. He is such a good player, and I can't wait to see him ball out in Charlotte. But as a Lakers fan, that one hurt. That one really hurt. All right. Ice Falls. Tennessee hockey, which is live right now. I'm going to unmute it for just a second. You can listen to it.
Spartans, they're going to be at full strength now. Tampa coming the other way. Getting back there in time was Mitchell Sprinklin.
Yeah, that is the first semifinal game. It is Tennessee's first ever D1 Division I playoff game. They were in Division II last year, won the national championship, and then they moved on to Division I, and they are currently ranked 4th in the College Hockey South, but they have the number 2 seed in the College Hockey South playoff bracket. I don't exactly understand. We just got to go. Let's go. If I'm not mistaken, these are the announcers that announce for Tennessee home game. It is. These are the Tennessee announcers. Let's go.
Wow, I mean,
huge goal for the Tennessee Ice Falls as we're talking about. Yeah, they're currently ranked number 4th in College Hockey South, but they are somehow the number 2 seed on the playoff bracket. I don't understand how that happened. They hold a record of 19-3-1. Only team above them is Georgia. Georgia is a very, very good team. I want to say we are 1-2-1 against Georgia, or maybe we're 1-3 against Georgia. I don't quite know. But just to check this out, here is the playoff bracket according to College Hockey South from their official Twitter page. Go follow them as well as the Ice Falls on Twitter to keep up with all things Tennessee hockey. Ice Falls have a D1 and D3 Twitter page because obviously they've got 2 different teams, D1 and D3. So, right now, we are playing Tampa. They were the highest seed. They were number 3. I want to say Gamecocks won yesterday as well. I want to say that's the case. I didn't look. So, Georgia will play the Gamecocks. Both these teams, Georgia and South Carolina, are very good. But if we win this, I think we would rather play South Carolina than we want to play Georgia. That's all I'm going to say. So, we got to beat Tampa, who we're playing right now. And then we got to beat either Georgia or South Carolina. And then we'd go over here and we'd play. Who would we play? Or maybe this is this, but it's set off weird. I think that's it. So I think this would be us, and we'd play. It'd be Tennessee and either Georgia or South Carolina, and then champions. Whoever wins that is your College Hockey South Division I playoff champions. Huge. Please, please, I beg you, go watch them right now. Like, they are live right now playing. They're in the first period. You haven't missed much. You've missed 2 goals, one by Tampa, one by Tennessee. It is tied at 1. Go watch the Ice Falls play. It would mean a lot to the players who have fought their absolute tails off to get here. But, all right, that's it for hour 1 of this podcast. I know it wasn't an hour. I should just call them segment 1 and segment 2. But segment 2 is going to be a lot longer. We got Tennessee softball and we got Tennessee baseball to talk about. So we will be right back. Yep, go Vols.
You can sense the intensity as they await the arrival of the Tennessee team here. Here come the Volunteers. Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
They're bunched up in the end zone. It's tipped up. It's caught. It is caught. Jawan Jennings.
McBee's got to fire at the buzzer. Good! Skylar McBee at 3 at the buzzer.
Deep right, and Tennessee walks it off. From 40, on the way, a knuckleball. He got it.
Pat Summitt has become the winningest coach in college basketball again with a 1,000 win plateau and total.
And for the second time in her brilliant career, Pat Summitt has led Tennessee to back-to-back national championships.
Wish that I was on old Rocky Top down in the Tennessee hills.
Swing and a miss. And for the first time, Rocky Top reaches the mountaintop of college baseball. They are the World Series champions. Connects way up high.
Touchdown on play number 1.
And here they come.
You can count it down with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the TriStar Network podcast. I am TriStar Tim. This is your go-to source for all things Tennessee sports. In the first segment of this podcast, we talked Tennessee men's basketball. We talked Lady Vols and their win, their long-awaited win over the UConn Huskies. We talked about Tennessee hockey, right? And I'll tell you what, over the past 2 days, I've watched Tennessee's women's tennis, and I watched a little bit of their men's tennis today. Women's tennis, unfortunately, took an L yesterday. Men's tennis today, move on. All right. So when I tell you, your go-to source for all things Tennessee sports, I'm not in the locker rooms. I do not have information that nobody else has. I am just simply a fan who loves Tennessee. And I talk about it way too much. I figured since I talk about it so much, might as well talk about it to where everyone else can hear me. To where people who want to hear Tennessee sports can hear me, and not some people I work with who, one, don't know anything about sports, or two, aren't Tennessee fans. All right? That's the whole reason for this podcast. I love all things Tennessee sports. If you like all things Tennessee sports, be sure to follow me on Twitter at TennesseeNet if you want Tennessee sports-related content, or if you want to follow me personally and maybe some of the things going on in my life as well as Tennessee sports, follow me at TriStar_Tim on Twitter. If you just want these videos, you can follow us or subscribe to us on YouTube at TriStar Network. Right here. This little, I can't move it. It's right under there. No, there. That one. TriStar Network on YouTube. Go follow us. It would mean a lot. I'd love to grow the YouTube channel. That'd be great. It's brand new. Only thing on there right now are 2 live streams and a short. I plan to cut some more of these live streams down into videos. We'll see how that goes. But please, go follow me on all the sites. Go subscribe to me on YouTube. It would be greatly appreciated. Before we get into the second part of this podcast, I do want to take a quick moment and tell you about my partnership with Epic Games. Before we dive back into the show, I want to take a moment to tell you all about my partnership with Epic Games. If you like gaming, here's a little something you can do to help me and what I'm building here that costs you nothing and would really help me out. When you're shopping in the Fortnite item shop or making purchases in any other games that use supported creator codes, type in TriStarTim in the supported creator section. Just like what's right here under me over on this side. TriStar Tim, no underscore, no dashes. Capitalization doesn't matter. Just type in TRISTARTIM. By doing that, you're directly supporting this podcast and all the content I create. It's a simple way to show love and keep this thing rolling. So next time you're grabbing some V-Bucks or a cool legendary skin, remember, TriStar Tim, TRISTARTIM. Thanks for helping me out. Let's get back to the show. All right. So back to the show. First things first, we got Lady Vols softball. Give me 1 second. Got Lady Vols softball. We just had our first game. Today's Saturday, so Thursday we had our first game. And it didn't go as well as we would want. We played against number 15 Nebraska, ranked 15 Nebraska, and we lost to them 7-1. We lost our season opener, which is unfortunate, but so did the baseball team last year, if I'm not mistaken. I believe we lost to Texas in our season opener, and we ended up winning the World Series, College World Series. So what's it matter? We lost to Nebraska 7-1. Nebraska's a great team. In the fifth inning, we had some very poor fielding work, which led to them scoring 5 points in the fifth inning, and then they scored 2 more in the seventh inning to end it off with some insurance runs. For those of you that don't know, maybe you don't follow softball, you only follow baseball. Softball only has 7 innings compared to baseball's 9. So when I say they added 2 insurance runs in the seventh, that was it. We had a chance to bounce back in the bottom of the seventh, but we didn't get anything done. Only point we got was in the fourth inning. It wasn't all negative though. There were some bright spots in it. For example, Carlin Pickens, who I believe is our number 1 pitcher. She's going to be our weekend pitcher, I would assume. She had a pitch count of 82, 60 of them were strikes. She had 11 strikeouts on the night. And she was pulled in the 5th inning, or maybe in the 6th inning, maybe at the start of the 6th. But after those 5 points were allowed due to the poor fielding in the 5th, she was pulled, and they put in Marjetko, if I'm saying that right. She had a pitch count of 44 and had 28 strikes with only 2 strikeouts. But, I mean, she only allowed 1 hit. So be it, right? But Pickens, 11 strikeouts. That's good. That's very good. So it wasn't all negative from night 1. And then to bounce back from that, the Lady Vols went on a three-peat of Mercy Rule victories. Against Bethune-Cookman, we won 10-0. Mercy ruled them. Erin Newer, who made her Tennessee debut, threw a no-hitter in that game. No hits allowed against Bethune-Cookman. And again, that was Mercy Rule. So in softball, Mercy Rule, I had to look this up earlier because I wasn't sure. It is after the 5th inning, if a team leads by 8 or more, it's Mercy Rule. It's over. So only played 5 innings against Bethune-Cookman. We won 10-0. Last night, we played the Iowa Hawkeyes. We beat them 10-1. Mercy ruled them. Lady Vols led 3-1 going into the 5th inning. Something about those 5th innings, man. Lady Vols led 3-1 going into the 5th inning. And in the 5th inning, Sophia Nugent and Amaya Doyle both hit home runs to bust the game wide open. They took it from 3-1. Nugent's home run, I believe, made it 6-1. And then Doyle got another that made it 8-1, I think. And we had some RBIs in between there. It was 10-1 after the 5th inning. And then just this morning, so our 4th game in 3 days, our 3rd game in 2 days. And oh, by the way, I'm not sure if they're playing right now, if they're about to be playing, but they got another game tonight. Against the Iowa Hawkeyes, we beat them. I'm sorry, not against Iowa Hawkeyes. It's just talked about the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. We beat them 10-2. We mercy ruled them. So Tennessee Lady Vols softball is off to a very good start. Now I'm on ESPN right now. I'm going to pull up who we're playing tonight. I believe we're playing Northwestern. Let me find this. I don't think we've started yet. No, we play Northwestern at 7 Eastern, 6 Central Time. It is ranked 20th Northwestern, and this has commentary, multiple angles. Tennessee, the Lady Vols are 3-1. Northwestern is 1-1. I'm not sure who their first loss was to. If any of you have recommendations, any of you that actually watch softball, if any of you have recommendations for a better place to keep track of everything, because I'm using ESPN, and like I can't even click on the teams to see who all they've played, see their schedule or anything like that. So if any of y'all have recommendations, let me know. I want to be able to keep up with these teams better. But yeah, we play against number 20 Northwestern. It should be a tough battle. Hopefully we can get another mercy rule, but I just want a W. I don't care how it's done. I just want a W. With that being said, Lady Vols are looking to 3-peat for the SEC championship. I'm just saying. Now, Oklahoma Sooners are in the conference now, and they are a very, very good softball team. Multiple national championships, and they're in the SEC now. So it just got a lot tougher for the Lady Vols. But that's okay. When the going gets tough, you get tougher, right? Now, I want to talk Tennessee baseball and our potential lineup. Again, like I said during the break, I am not an expert. I don't have any inside sources. I'm just a Tennessee fan who likes to talk about sports. I see what I see, and I talk about it. Nothing I'm about to say is fact check. Nothing I'm about to say is in concrete. I don't even think Tony Vitello has a concrete batting order or lineup yet, right? So don't take anything I say as, oh, this is what's happening. I want to talk about, first off, our batting order, but also the position gaps that we may have. One thing I'm not going to talk about today, I might save it for another episode, is pitching. We have a lot of good pitchers. I like our pitching lineup. Doyle is someone to keep an eye out for. I keep seeing clips and hearing about him in the scrimmages. Very good. Very, very good. But I'm going to go through this real quick. At catcher, I've got Cannon Peebles. First base, I got Alberto Osuna. Second base, I got Gavin Keelan. Shortstop, I got Dean Curley. Third base, I got Andrew Fisher. Left field, I got Jay Abernathy. Center field, I've got Hunter Inslee. Right field, I've got Reese Chapman. And at designated hitter, I have got Stone Lawless. Now, some of you are probably already saying stuff like, I'm not so sure about that. You're absolutely right. I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure about this projected batting order that I just laid out to you. It's just what I saw, what I'm seeing, what I think would be opening day starting lineup. I don't think, again, nothing is set in stone with Tony Vitello. If you know Tony Vitello, nothing is set in stone with him. For example, Cannon Peebles was the catcher to start off last season. He wasn't adding as much value as he should have, and so they switched him out. They put him sometimes as a designated hitter. Sometimes he just didn't hit at all. Sometimes he wasn't in the game at all. He was there, obviously, in case we needed a backup or something, but he wasn't in the game. So, nothing here is confirmed. I first want to talk about the big one that I just said. First baseman / designated hitter, Alberto Osuna. He is a 6'1", 245-pound absolute unit of a grown man. Alberto Osuna is. He's a first baseman and designated hitter. He is from Malden, South Carolina. He is a senior transfer from the University of North Carolina. Osuna appeared in all 62 of the Tar Heels games last year, including all the College World Series games, which, of course, ended with a loss to the Tennessee Volunteers. In his 3 years at UNC, he recorded 167 hits, 140 RBIs, 45 home runs. Those 45 home runs ranks him 5th all-time in home runs at UNC. Needless to say, we have got an absolute cannon. Not Cannon Peebles, but Cannon Peebles can hit too. We've got an absolute cannon addition. Dude is going to be launching balls left and right. Ayo. I imagine he'll start the season off at first base. I believe that was the intention with him. Even if he doesn't remain the starter, it'll be a piece we can put at first baseman after I forgot his name. After our first baseman left. We had a first baseman who unfortunately wasn't able to play the season due to some personal reasons. I'm not sure what those personal reasons are. I hope all the best for them, though. I feel very dumb forgetting this first baseman's name. Tennessee first baseman. Alex Perry, yes. Alex Perry, utility man for Tennessee baseball program, is stepping away from the team due to a personal matter. From what it sounds like, he should be back for the 2026 season. He just won't be here for this year. Alex Perry, what year is he? He's not a freshman, is he? Is he a sophomore? Let me look this up real quick. I should have had this pulled up before I started. Oh, maybe he won't be back. I don't know. Again, don't take anything I'm saying as fact. But he no longer has a page on Tennessee baseball. Maybe that's just what they do. Maybe, because he's not on the team right now, maybe he just doesn't get a page. I don't know how it works. Yeah, obviously hope he comes back. From what he was pretty much a starter. Oh, he is a senior. Man, he's a senior. I don't know if he'll be back. We shall see. He might go to the draft. I don't know. I shouldn't have even brought him up. Anyway, with Alex Perry having to step aside, I believe that was the whole point of getting Alberto Osuna, so that way we could fill in that gap at first base. Again, like I said, he is ranked 5th all-time in career home runs at UNC. I imagine he'll start the season off at first base. And if we're not getting the results that Tony Vitello wants, or that anyone around the school wants, I could see someone like Don Bargo, or another name to keep an eye on, Stone Lawless, taking the first base position, while Osuna becomes the designated hitter. If you don't believe me when I say that this man is an absolute unit and can bomb some balls out of the field, like, take a look at this one. One of the best moments to come out of the College World Series playoffs or College World Series tournament last year, other than obviously winning the national championship, winning the whole dang thing, one of the best moments to come out for anyone other than Florida State's fans was the Tennessee walk-off against Florida State. It's something that we still troll the Florida State fan base for to this day, is them losing a massive lead. I don't even remember what it was, like 11-7 or 11-5 or something like that. Huge walk-off. Well, Alberto Osuna knows a little something about Florida State walk-offs. Check this out.
Again, here in the bottom of the 9th, 2 on, 2 down, and a 2-2 pitch to Osuna. Lifted to deep, left center field. Carolina wins the game! Osuna is mobbed at home plate, having just hit his second 3-run homer of the night. And for the second time in as many games, Florida State walked off late. Carolina 7, Florida State 5.
Absolute bomb. Now that one just barely made it over the fence, but there will be plenty more that will go far beyond the fence. All right, here's another one. This was uploaded by GoVols 24/7's very own Ben McKee. This was posted on his Twitter. Let's check this one out. This was at a scrimmage just a few days ago. Second level. Could y'all see where that landed? Tink. You can see it hit right there on the second level. Just a bomb inside Lindsey Nelson Stadium. Dude is a grown man. He is going to be an absolute star here at Tennessee. I shouldn't say an absolute star. He's going to be a star at the plate. So the question with Alberto Osuna, once again, is whether or not we'll see him on the field or if we'll see him at the plate a lot. Either way, he's going to play an important role here this year, I think, in my opinion. Another person that I want to bring emphasis to is our true freshman. Some of you already know where I'm going. It is our true freshman, Jay Abernathy, 5'10", 170 pounds, utility player. He's listed as a utility player. He's from North Cobb, Georgia. He was projected 122nd in the 2024 MLB draft. He didn't go 122nd, and so he decided to instead come to Tennessee. But the fact we got a dude who was projected to go 122nd in the draft is crazy. All right, he was the number 3 best freshman according to Baseball All-America, and he was the number 6 best freshman according to PerfectGame.com. He has a throw. This one doesn't even have anything to do with what. He has a throwing velocity of 100. He has a throwing velocity of 98 miles per hour. Outfielder, throwing velocity of 98 miles per hour. Not a pitcher. An outfielder can just about throw 100 mile an hour, just steamers. He also has a 6.38 second 60-yard dash, so he's fast. I saw him. I was at the scrimmage we had against them in Western Kentucky, the fall ball scrimmage. Or not in Western Kentucky, against Western Kentucky. It was in Nashville. I went to that game. There he was a designated hitter in that scrimmage. I don't see that being the case. I think he'll see the field as much as possible. Again, in my batting order, I've got him at left field. He's got to compete for that spot. Colby Backus could go there. There's a couple dudes. There are a couple dudes that can go in the outfield. I think Jay Abernathy will at least initially get that spot, or maybe he won't. He will definitely be out there though. I've got him in left field. I think that's where he'll work. Yeah, I think Tony wants him on the field. Even if he's not on the field, dude can also swing the bat. All right. So if we don't get to see him on the field much, we should still hopefully get to see him at the plate. And here is another video from Ben McKee from GoVols247.com. Let's pull this up. This is once again, if I'm not mistaken, this is Alberto Osuna at the plate. Hits another one to deep left field. Watch this. Snagged it. Dude is a player. He is fast too. Jay Abernathy is going to be a problem at Tennessee. And I think he'll be out on the field. I think he'll my guess, my prediction, as I already said, is left field for sure. By the way, if you're just tuning in and you didn't already know, Tennessee Ice Falls hockey is live right now in their very first Division I playoff game. They are tied 1-1 with Tampa. Second period is underway. They just came back from break. Go check that out. You can go to TriStar Network on Twitter, or you can go to Ice Falls Hockey on Twitter to get the official link to their live stream. I'll show it right here. Bang, bang, bang. Right here. Division I playoff semifinal game. I'll pull it over here so you can see. That's what 1-1 Tampa, Tennessee. All right, make sure you go watch these guys.
Very quick
They're a great team.
Kind of scary.
But, all right. I just wanted to self-promote because I really wish more people watch their hockey team. I know some people don't like hockey, but if you're a Tennessee fan and you like hockey, there's no reason not to watch the Ice Falls. That's all I got to say. Go watch the Ice Falls. They're fun. I will say, unfortunately, College Hockey South doesn't allow fighting. So that's kind of a bummer. But nonetheless, the actual hockey playing is fun to watch. Another dude, back to Tennessee baseball, another guy I wanted to mention. Everybody knows his name. Everyone remembers the spectacular plays he made for Tennessee last year in the College World Series, and that is redshirt senior Hunter Ensley, 6'1", 196 pounds, outfielder from Huntington, Tennessee. This year he was awarded number 2 senior in the country, according to PerfectGame.com. Offensively last year, he had 64 hits, 48 RBIs. Did someone just score? He had 64 hits, 48 RBIs, and 12 home runs. Obviously, when you got people like Christian Moore and Blake Burke, and we had 5 people hit for over 20 home runs. When you see 12 home runs, you don't think it's that much. I think that's going to go up this year. I think Hunter Ensley is going to hit better this year. I don't know if he gets 20 home runs, but he'll be closer to it if not. I've got faith in that. He had 126 putouts with a .985 fielding percentage. I think it was very important to keep Hunter Ensley for a few weeks after the season. It was a debate. Is he going to go to the draft? Is he going to leave Tennessee? Is he going to stay? Thankfully, he ended up staying. He signed an NIL deal with Weigel's, the local gas station for East Tennessee. I don't remember what their deal is. It's a free Coke. It's not a home run. I think it's if he gets 3 RBI or hits a double or something like that. I don't know. You can get a free Coke. Hope to be getting a lot of free Coke this year. Yeah, I think it was very important that we got him back. He's going to be the leader of this team. He is, you want to talk about an insane turnaround. We're talking about all these guys that are on the baseball roster right now and how many stars we got. Hunter Ensley is the only one that is starting this year that was also started last year. All our other starters are basically in the draft. Like Christian Moore with LA Angels, Blake Burke with the Milwaukee Brewers. All right, you had Cal Stark, our catcher. He graduated. You had a bunch of other people graduate as well, or go to the draft. Hunter Ensley is the only one that started last year and is also starting this year. That's a lie. I lied. Dean Curley. We still got Dean Curley. I'm dumb. All right. If you're new here and you don't already know, I'm dumb. We got Dean Curley, but Dean Curley is a junior. He came to us when he was a freshman, so he's a junior now. I think Hunter Ensley, being that redshirt senior, is going to be the leader of the team. He's the one that's going to keep our guys together, I believe. Again, I'm not in the locker room. I don't know how it goes down in there. I think he'll be the leader on the field. Goal! Tennessee takes the lead 2-1 in the second period of the first round of the College Hockey South playoffs game. Showing the replay right now. Let's watch this real quick.
Rocky, and they do. There now, Tennessee, a couple of numbers out in front. Sprinklin's shot goes right over the head of Meyer. For a second, it looked like Sprinklin going in there, and they do. Henry Cohen, the leading goal for the Ice Falls, gets another. His 16th.
Ice Falls taking the lead.
Ice Falls on top.
I like it.
Rocky Top playing in the background. Tennessee gets the lead.
Again, please make sure you're going and watching this.
Look at that replay. Puck went up in front. We thought Tampa was going to be able to get it out there. Sprinklin finds Cohen.
Sorry, I'm
right
trying
in
to
the
get this
middle, and
situated
just
again.
Like that, the Ice Falls get up on the board.
Professional podcaster here. I'm telling you. I'm the future of Tennessee podcasting. All right. Hunter Ensley is going to be the leader of the team, in my opinion. Dean Curley, the man I just mentioned, he is, for some reason I've got it down as he's a sophomore, which just isn't true. Dean Curley, 6'3", 212-pound infielder. He plays at the shortstop position. He is from Laverne, California. Although if you look at his Twitter, it says he's from L.A. I don't know. Maybe he is from L.A. According to Tennessee's profile for Dean Curley, it says he's from Laverne, California. He has won. This was back when he was at NC State. I'm sorry. I'm getting people mixed up. Dean Curley. He is a sophomore. I was getting his name mixed up. Dean Curley is a sophomore. He was SEC all-freshman team, second team all-freshman team, according to SEC. He was freshman All-American, according to both Baseball America and D1 Baseball. He was second team. Sorry, those were last year's. Slow down. Last year, he was SEC all-freshman team, and he was second team freshman All-American, according to Baseball America and D1 Baseball. This year, he was second team All-American according to PerfectGame.com, and he's currently ranked the 24th overall in the 2025 MLB draft, which does unfortunately mean if he stays healthy, Tampa just responded, it's tied at 2. If he stays healthy and he doesn't take any major hits, he plays the way he's supposed to play, this will probably be his last season in Knoxville as a sophomore. That's unfortunate. But he's going to the MLB, so we got ourselves a player. 2024 stats, he had 63 hits, 50 RBIs, and 12 home runs. He had 76 putouts on defense with a .935 fielding percentage. That's something we're going to have to look to improve, is his fielding percentage. He made quite a few sloppy plays on at shortstop. And we got to hope that doesn't continue, because you've got Ariel Antigua right behind you, ready to take your spot. He is hungry to take that spot, I bet. So you got to be careful. Another person I want to talk about, Cannon Peebles, right? Cannon Peebles, 5'11", 194 pounds, catcher from Ashland, Virginia. He's a junior transfer from NC State. Well, he transferred at the beginning of last year. And like I said at the beginning of this baseball segment, he started the season off as our catcher before Cal Stark took that job. He is a junior now. In 2023, he was second-team freshman All-American according to D1 Baseball, and he was 2023 ACC All-Freshman Team. That was back at NC State before we got to Knoxville. 2024 stats, he had a .216 batting average, 25 hits, 24 RBIs, and 2 home runs. Again, he didn't hit nearly as much here as he did his freshman year. As a freshman at NC State, he recorded 50 hits and 50 RBIs. He matched them up, 50 hits, 50 RBIs with 12 home runs. I think he's going to be our starting catcher. Like I said, he's got to fight for his job. He has got people behind him like Stone Lawless ready to go, ready to take that spot. Speaking of Stone Lawless, 6'2", 219-pound catcher from Huntsville, Alabama, redshirt freshman. He is also a guy who could just hammer one out of the park any given at-bat. Ben McKee, I don't have a video of this one, but Ben McKee made a tweet on his Twitter page saying that him and Hunter Inslee both hit home runs in, I believe it was today's scrimmage or yesterday's scrimmage. So keep an eye out for Stone Lawless. I don't think he will be an initial player, but on any given week, I could see him taking a catcher's job, first base job, or being a designated hitter. Any of those could happen. I think, knowing Tony Vitello and the way he is an offensive guy and loves to see home runs, I think Stone Lawless is going to be somewhere in the lineup. Some games. I don't know about most games. He is a redshirt freshman. This is his first year, just like Jay Abernathy's this is his first year. Sorry, he's a redshirt freshman, so it's his second year. Nonetheless, I think he'll be getting some playing time, specifically at the plate. What are your thoughts? what are your thoughts on the upcoming baseball lineup? What are your thoughts about Lady Vols softball and how we're playing right now? Or anything else? Dalton Connect. What are your thoughts on Dalton Connect getting traded to the Charlotte Hornets? Basketballs, or the men's basketball and how they're playing right now. What do you think about that? Same thing with Lady Vols. We knocked off UConn. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections of either Twitter or YouTube. I don't care. Let me know what you think of any of the topics we discussed today. I would love to talk more about it. Again, I want to thank everybody for supporting me in these podcasts. I want to keep this thing going. I want to get better at them. I'm not very good. I've got a lot of ums, and I've got a lot of pauses. But I'm working on it, all right? I appreciate y'all for stopping by. I am going to end the stream here. I want to thank you all for watching. And once again, before we go, I do want to send my condolences to all those who were affected by the tornadoes that swept East Tennessee this week. I pray for all of you and your families, and hope y'all safety, and I hope everyone recovers well from this. And once again, I want to take a moment to tell you all about my partnership with Epic Games. If you like gaming, here's a little something you can do to help me and what I'm building here that costs you nothing and would really help me out. When you're shopping in the Fortnite item shop or making purchases in other games that use supported creator codes, type in TriStarTim in the supported creator section. By doing that, you're directly supporting this podcast and all the content I create. It's a simple way to show love and keep this thing rolling. So next time you're grabbing some V-Bucks or cool skin, remember, TriStarTim, TriStarTim. Thanks for helping me out, and I will see you guys in the next episode.